guitar students, Dave Osborne from kidsguitaracademy.com here, and today I'm going to show you how to play the opening theme from Attack on Titan Season 2. Now there's a lot going on in this theme. There's multiple key changes, fast scale runs, but don't worry, I'm going to explain everything in detail and enable you to get this song down as quickly as possible. And to do that, you want to follow 4 steps. First, download and print out the professional guitar tabs that are available with this lesson. Second, watch the lesson videos where I break down this song into 14 phrases. Once you've worked through the phrases, practice putting them together by playing along with the song at a slow pace using our slow play along video. Once you're able to do that, download the full speed backing track so that you can truly master this song by playing through it at full tempo. Alright, so I'll put a link to all of those resources in the description below. For now, let's get started by jumping right into the first section of this song. Alright, so let's jump into the intro of this song. Now as you take a look at the intro, you'll notice that it contains just one phrase, and that all of the notes of this phrase are found on the 5th string. Here's how it sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so there's 2 things you need to know about this phrase. First of all, just because the notes are all on one string doesn't mean you want to use just one finger to play them. That's way too much movement. You want to use what's called position-based playing. Now, position-based playing basically says that we want to stay in each position for as long as we can so that we make less mistakes. So in the case of phrase 1, each time you move to a lower note, use another finger to play the higher note that comes after. So in this way, there's less movement. So we're starting with the 5th string open, going to 7, and then we'll use the 2nd finger for the higher note on the 8th fret. Then when we move to the 5th fret, we'll use the 3rd finger to play the higher note at the 7th fret. Then moving down to the 3rd fret, we'll stay in the 3rd position using the 3rd finger for the higher note at the 5th fret, before landing on the 2nd fret. Alright, so the next thing you need to know about this phrase is that it's played staccato, which means the notes are played short rather than long and ringing out. So that would be what's called legato phrasing. But in this case, we're releasing pressure after each note, so that the notes are cut off. You can see this in the tablature by these 8th note rests that come in between each of the notes. Those are telling you that you're cutting the notes off short, which essentially is done by only pressing at the very moment that you're picking and then releasing pressure. So you're sort of bouncing the fingers off each note. Alright, so now that you've got this phrase down and you're getting the right sound, let's try playing it through together slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so let's take a look at the verse section of this song. So the verse section basically consists of 2 phrases that are repeated over and over again. Here's phrase 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so this short phrase is based off a 4-note grouping that comes right out of the key of F sharp minor. Now don't worry if you don't know anything about keys. I only bring it up because this song constantly changes keys, which means we're going to be taking the same phrases and note groupings and basically just moving them to different locations of the neck. And just knowing that is going to help you get this down a lot faster. Now, as far as the 4-note grouping goes, if you look at the first 4 notes in the tab, that's the 4 notes that you're going to be drawing from as you play phrase 2. We're going to start on the 4th fret of the 4th string, jump up to the 2nd string, 2nd fret, then 3rd fret to the 4th fret on the 3rd string, back up to the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then ending on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. Once again, you'll notice those 8th note rests between each of the notes, which means this phrase is also played staccato. So I'm only pressing down at the very moment that I'm picking, and then I'm releasing pressure. Once you've worked through this phrase, try playing it along with me at a slow pace. Ready, 2, 3, 4. Now, as you see, we're going to repeat it a second time, and then even a third time before we end the phrase with this final bar, which sounds like this. Now, in taking a look at this final bar, you'll notice that it starts out the same way. But when we reach that 4th fret on the 3rd string, we're going to hit it a second time and then slide the finger up 2 frets to the 6th fret. So after you have that ending worked out, you want to put the whole thing together by repeating through phrase 2 3 times and then ending it. Here's how it'll sound. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so right after that, you're moving to phrase 3, which is exactly the same as phrase 2, but played 3 frets higher in the 5th position. So we're now moving to the key of A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so there you see, it's the exact same thing as phrase 2, but played 3 frets higher in the key of A minor. So we want to position our hand in the 5th position, starting with the 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string. Once we play that note, we jump up to the 2nd string 5th fret using the 1st finger, up 1 fret to 6, back to the 7th fret, but this time on the 3rd string, 2nd string 5th fret, up 1 to 6, returning to the 7th fret on the 3rd string to end the phrase. Let's play it through one time slow. Ready, 2, 3, 4. Now, once again, you're going to repeat that phrase 3 times, and then you're going to tack on this ending. Just like before. We start with the 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string, just like before. Jump up to the 2nd string 5th fret, 6th, go to the 3rd string 7th fret, pick the note again to do the slide 2 frets up to the 9. All right, So once you've worked through both of these phrases and you're feeling comfortable, head into the next section, the pre-chorus section.